In 2 days' time, I'll be riding this on the club ride, the club weekend ride, the Saturday ride, the club that I'm a member of. That must be four clubs in the first 30 seconds. This coming Saturday, I'm looking forward to riding this bad boy on my club ride. The weather's not as nice as it is today. I'm filming this on the Thursday before, so 2 days to go. But the reason I'm filming this little segment is to give you an update on a couple of changes that I've been forced to make to this bike. Those of you who watched the videos that we did in Mallorca will remember the screeching brake issue that both Vicky and I had with our bikes. Once I'd taken them out of winter storage to ride in Mallorca when we were there in, when was it? February, March, okay. And obviously either the rotors or the brake pads had become contaminated, although I don't know exactly how. I'm taking the blame for that. The brakes on each bike were squealing like banshees, and it was really quite embarrassing. If you haven't watched that video, check it out. Anyway, once we got back to the UK to try and resolve it, I cleaned both sets of brake pads in the calipers with muck off proper brake cleaner. I used isopropyl alcohol. I cleaned both rotors, not these rotors, these are new rotors. We'll come to that bit shortly. Again with the same treatments, isopropyl alcohol, and I even used nail varnish remover on them because I heard that that's good stuff. And I sanded both rotors down, and even though I got rid of the screeching noise in Mallorca, that was only a temporary fix as it turned out, because once I used the bike again here in the UK, the screeching was just as bad, and no matter what I did I couldn't get rid of it. Recently, to resolve the problem definitively or without fail, I was forced to replace the pads in each caliper and the disc rotors. Now, as you can see from the brake lever there, and also the crank, my Emonda SLR7 is an Ultegra level spec'd bike. Now originally I was going to replace like for like, and on shopping around looking for the best price that I could find for two new Ultegra disc brake rotors, I actually saw that the Dura Ace model was only £8 more per disc than the Ultegra, and that's what I ended up buying. And as you can see, if I just pan to the bike, that's what I've ended up installing on the bike. And I've got to say, they look much smarter. I like the black than the Ultegra. Now, the other thing I did to the bike within the last week or so was re-bled the brakes because they were feeling a little bit spongy on the levers. I think I'd re-bled them just before putting the bike into storage during the winter, and I'd obviously done a poor job on it. There must have been quite a bit of air in the system. They were feeling pretty spongy. So on re-bleeding them, the bleed on the front brake went fine, but on the back brake, not so well. I ended up killing the caliper, which you can see in front of me. And for some reason during the bleed process, I ended up forcing out the ceramic pistons inside the caliper. I didn't think that was a major problem. It ended up being a major problem. I'll try and take a better shot, a close-up shot with another camera in a second. But in trying to insert my piston tool in them and push them back in, I actually ended up chipping one of the pistons. A chip of ceramic material came off the piston that I'm pointing to with my little finger there. So that was it, dead caliper, and I ended up having to buy a new caliper as well. I think this was marked up, it was an Ultegra caliper, the BRR 8070, but the shop gave me this for 60 notes. So new caliper, new pads in each caliper and 2 new brake rotors, and I'm pleased to say, having bedded them in yesterday, they're both very quiet and running as they should do. So no more banshee cycling for me. Anyway, let's cut to Saturday's club ride. Good morning, welcome back to the channel, Living Trek or Cycling. You're catching me looking at the sky, admiring the nice weather. It's supposed to be a nice day today, possibly the warmest. Possibly the warmest day of the year so far. It's 8:45 in the morning. Today is Saturday the 11th of May. It's 9 days after the last clip, not 2 days. I did ride the following Saturday, as mentioned, on the club ride, but the weather was pretty grim, so I didn't film it that day. It was okay as a club ride, but they were not particularly enjoyable weather conditions. It was grey and overcast all day. So today is the Saturday after, 8:45 in the morning, garden thermometer 27 degrees, perfecto, almost Spain-like weather. And this morning we're off to do my club weekend ride again, so looking forward to that. Bike's over there ready. I'll be leaving in the next 15 minutes, but great weather day. Enough said, I suppose we better make a move. Let's go. Clubmate ahead. The rider ahead of us is a member of my club, and I think it's a she. Is obviously off to the meeting point as well. So here we are, this is the meeting point, and as you can see there's a few riders already here.
I'm into this already.
Okay, hopefully you can hear me. I'm just pinching a minute on a quiet bench, just 20 yards away from the group, to try and do a bit of a ride briefing, if you like. The chap that sorted out today's route, I did last week's. We try and take it in turns, it adds a bit of variety. Just told me today's route distance is 53 mile. I think it's got about, I don't know, 3.5, maybe 4,000 foot of climbing, but in the complete opposite direction to where the club rode last weekend. I think last weekend we went east. This Saturday we're going south and west. So hopefully today there'll be some nice scenery. The club that I'm a member of, which is based near to where I live, puts out usually each weekend 3 rides. The Fast Boys, which I rode with once, and I was out the back pretty quickly. The Intermediate group, which is a slightly slower group, which I'm a member of. We're only a small group, there's only about 4 of us that ride regularly with that group. And then the Social group, which is at a slower pace as well. Sometimes I ride in the Social group if I want to do a recovery ride or I'm riding with a few pals, but today I'm out with the Intermediate group. So it should be a good ride. There's nice weather. I haven't packed a gilet. I was a bit short on pocket space this morning, but fingers crossed for a good, safe and enjoyable ride. Let's see how we get on. Okay, so we're off. We've just left the meeting point, which is a nearby nature reserve car park, and we're heading south. 4 of us in our group. I think there were only 2 groups out this morning, the Social group and the Intermediate group, so we'll catch you up in a bit. Right, join you. Give me a wave, Richard, you're on YouTube. Okay, bit of a ride update. We're now, or I am rather, an hour into the ride. It's 10:15 in the morning. We've come from Rhuddlan through St Asaph up towards Betws on the old Roman road, I think it's called. And now we've come to the, or we've just passed rather, the crossroads from the Roman road. You go straight on, you get to Betws and Rhos, and we've turned left towards Llanfair TH because I think we're heading towards Llanrwst. Temperature wise, 22.5 degrees. Good riding so far. Nice little descent coming up now. Cue music. Nice flat stretch of road, and the four of us are doing a bit of through and off. My turn next. There you go. We started at the back. I was doing 70 watts drafting on the back and 160 on the front, holding between 18 and 20 mile an hour. That's the benefit of the draft.
Well done.
Okay, so we're just pulling into Llangyrnyw, and it's this little Welsh village that has, reputedly, the oldest tree in Wales. I think it's supposed to be about 4,000 years old. It's in a churchyard up ahead on the right. And the lads have very kindly agreed. Is it this one here? No. The lads have very kindly agreed to pull in so I can get some footage of it, and I'll show you if we can find it. Where is it, Mal?
I don't know, it's right here.
Ladies, we're looking for, oh, it's here, we found it. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so this is the tree ahead of us, and there's a plaque on the right hand side here, which I'll go and get some footage of in a second. There we go, this is the plaque, fittingly in the shape of a headstone, because it's in a graveyard, and the bottom bit there, I can't read the Welsh, even though I am a Welshman. This yew tree is the oldest living tree known in Wales, and is one of the oldest living things in the world. Its estimated age is over 4,000 years of age, so that's pretty impressive. See, I've started something now. Other riders coming to have a look at it. Nice church as well. Yeah, so that was the reputedly, allegedly, the oldest tree in Wales. What intrigues me when I look at things like that is how the landscape, how the surroundings would have been and looked when that tree was a mere sapling. That's quite an interesting thought, that, I think.
Can't go all this way and not see that view.
Oh, over the hill.
Yeah, we'll come back this way.
Okay. Mark's just pointed out that the view on the crest of this little hill is worth cycling further forward for. Shame about the bloody cars. And it is quite nice, take a look. The Snowdonia mountain range
This weekend we're going down to...
that you can see in the distance. What was the name of the mountain, Mal, that you said you can see? Truvan.
Right in the middle.
Oh, right in the middle, peak.
This is pointy one, right 3 humps.
Yeah, 3 humps, right in the middle. You might not be able to pick it up on camera. Isn't it nice to hear the birds singing?
Where are we?
Okay, so ahead of us is a nice lay-by small car park with pretty good views of Snowdonia ahead of us. Let's take a look. Just coming into Nebo, N-E-B-O. Just crested the top and we're now about to begin the descent to Pentravoilus, I think, where our coffee stop is, which is just at the bottom of the descent and then across the road. So not far to go. This is Tom coming in the distance. He's easily spotted by his bright orange colour. He's riding quite an interesting bike, is Tom. When we get to the coffee stop, which is, I don't know, maybe half a mile to a mile down this hill behind me, I'll try and get a bit of footage of his bike and talk you through it. It's an interesting setup. Not an easy bike from the gearing to ride up the hills, which I'll show you as and when we get to the coffee stop. Well done, Tom! And our coffee stop is just across the road to the left. So, 2 hours 24 minutes riding time, 35.5 mile ridden before we get to the coffee stop. It's now 2 minutes past midday, average speed 14.8 mile an hour. Okay, and we're live, Mal. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to Mal. This is Mal Puncture, as his nickname is. As you can see, Mal's got a puncture. But the reason it's funny, but it's not funny, it is in a cruel type of way, is Mal had a puncture on last week's club ride as well. Same wheel, same tube, Mal.
TPU tube, is it?
A TPU tube. There's a story there, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, better to have found it here, Mal, at the end of the coffee stop than on the road.
Having my coffee.
At least we can change it in comfort here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Tom's bike. This is Tom's second ride with the club and our group. He rode with us for the first time Saturday. And as promised, let me get this fly off my leg, it's biting me. This is the bike. Tell us about the size of your rotor on your front wheel, Tom.
203.
It's a 203. Plenty of stopping power in that bad boy. And this week, Tom's changed his front forks. He had suspension forks on last week, so he's changed them to rigid forks. They are, Tom. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Let's move to his chain ring. It's a 1x up front. That looks a big chain ring. What size is that, Tom?
52.
That's a 52. It's a single chain ring and it's an oval. But the most impressive thing about Tom's drive chain is his cassette on the back. Tell us about your cassette on the back, Tom.
Custom 3-cog.
It's a 3-cog. Yeah, he hasn't got one. Mal's just shouted.
24, 18 and 14.
24, 18 and 14.
Tooth.
So that's a killer for the hills.
Killer.
And Tom is doing spectacularly well getting up the hills with that. Anyway, there you go. Thank you, Tom.
Alright.
Just while Mal is fixing his puncture, I just thought I'd take some footage very quickly of the cafe stop where we are, because it's quite a nice little place. You can see in front of me here some benches where you can sit near the stream or the little river. Look. Quite pretty. And if I pan round to the left, this is where we've had our coffee. It used to be called the Chocolate Box or the Chocolate Factory in Pentravoilus. Quite popular with cyclists. It's a nice stop on a nice route. Little bridge going over the river. People enjoying a walk in the countryside in the distance. So that was the coffee stop done. We must have spent 40 minutes there, 45 minutes there, very pleasant stop, refreshed. One latte for me and a slice of chocolate cake. I took the unhealthy option. The other boys were a bit more health conscious. I also refreshed my drinks bottle, and now we're on the journey home. Well, we were. Mal repaired his puncture. So having left our coffee stop, we're now on a climb. It's not too steep, it's gentle, but it's just under 3 mile long. Just looking at Climb Pro on Garmin, 2.66 mile left and 550 feet of ascent. I wish it was that effortless for me. You can see from the camera footage, hopefully you can see, now that we're getting towards the top of this climb, how barren and desolate it is up here. No trees, almost no foliage. Not quite at the top yet. You can see from the road up ahead of me, hopefully, how it ramps up. So some more pain to come. Okay, now that my heart rate has dropped to a level low enough that I can actually talk, let me give you a bit of a ride update. Been riding now for just over 3 hours. 42 mile in. Temperature a very warm and pleasant 26.7 degrees at the moment. So far 3,662 foot of ascent ridden, a further 541 to do. That climb coming out of Pentravoilus over the moors in the direction of Denbigh is a tough old slog. Yes, there's a couple of sections downhill, but the majority of it is just a steady slog up. Still, it lets you know you're alive. 25 to 2 in the afternoon. Mr. Garmin tells me 16 mile left on today's route. Oh boy. Just come down a nice descent. Unfortunately, didn't have the camera on. Topped out to 44 mile an hour. Very nice. We are now only a few miles away from the end point of today's ride, back to the nature reserve. From there I've got a further 6 miles to get to home. But so far, 3.5 hours riding, just coming up for 53 mile. Just over 4,000 foot of climbing done, and the temperature is 27 degrees at 20 past 2 in the afternoon, so it stayed nice and warm pretty much all day. Today's been a good ride. I've enjoyed it. It's been a fast ride, faster than last weekend's club ride. It's been a good training ride. And if you've enjoyed the video, if it's entertained you, give it a thumbs up. I appreciate it, thank you. If you haven't subscribed and this type of content is your thing, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you don't miss any future videos. It also helps out the channel, and subscribing is completely free, doesn't cost you a penny. Thank you, I appreciate it if you do. I'll put a link up to today's route in the video description below, but if you've got any questions or comments about the video, you know what to do. And we were saying earlier on, today is May the 11th. This is the first ride this year in the UK that I've done in shorts, and I'm not the only one. We were talking about that at the coffee stop. That's the British weather for you. Don't put your shorts on until the second week of May. Okay, hopefully you can hear me. Back home in the back garden, sitting down, enjoying a hydration drink. Just got back. I think it was 64 mile and I don't know, maybe 4,000 foot of climbing with an average speed of 15.2, which I was quite pleased about, because the target that we aim for, the average speed on the intermediate group, the group that I ride with, is 15 mile an hour. So today, considering the distance on the ascent that we rode, we reached the objective, the training ride objective of 15 mile an hour average speed. I'm pleased about that. Good ride, longer than I've done in the last few weeks since I've got back from Spain. Some nice scenery, great weather today. As you can see, it's still bluish skies, the sun's shining, and according to the garden thermometer, bear with me, (29 degrees). That's in direct sunlight, so it's probably, you know, not 29 degrees, but it's still lovely and warm, and one of the best days that we've had in the UK this year. And sadly, as we were saying on the ride earlier, the first ride this year in shorts, which is a sad indictment on the British weather. But thanks for watching the video. I enjoyed today, good ride. Long may this weather continue, albeit the forecast says that there's thunderstorms tomorrow. So thanks for watching. Tune in next time.